to talk about Nova prices. They have gone through the roof, kinda, and people can't shut up about it. So here we go. Now, okay, so I'm always on Facebook. I'm in all the Nova groups usually, and never fails. Someone posted an ad for a car for sale, a Nova for sale, and you have 4 or 5 guys go off on the price. Now, first off, that's not cool. It's not your car, and nobody cares what you think the price is worth. If you're not buying it, if you're not making an offer on it, shut up. My opinion, sue me. Now, the thing is, people are going to ask what they want for their cars, and the prices have come up, whether you like it or not. It's not 1995 anymore, and you know, hot rods for the most part, not a poor man's game. So, you know, it's as the price goes up, you know, it's going to take more to play with these cars, and I'm going to try to prove that wrong in another video, but stay tuned for that. Anyway, so here's what's going on. I've seen cars for sale for, you know, it needs floor pans, quarter panels, trunk floor, the fenders are shot, no hood, just a shell, $2,500. And you know, 10, 15 years ago, 20 years ago, that was a parts car. And you know, the prices have gone crazy, and finished cars are, you know, if you want a running driving Nova that you can get in and drive somewhere that's not completely rusted out, prices start at about $7,500, and that's up significantly. Now, and a lot of them, it's hard to find really for that price. A lot of it's going to be, you know, 12 to 15 for a decent driver. So here's my explanation on why the prices have gone up. Now, I am 40 years old, and anyway, I'm 48 years old. When I was in high school, these cars were popular. A lot of kids had them. 70s Camaros, GTOs, Chevelles, Novas, that kind of stuff. And the reason we had them back then was because the people that owned them had them for almost 20 years. This car wasn't even 20 years old when I was in high school. You know, it was 17, 18 years old. And you know, you could find it for $500-600, and it was in great condition. Not this one, but you know, other cars. The first 71 I had 70,000 miles on it. It had a 307 in it. The air needed charging, but it worked. And you know, I think my dad paid $800 for it. So, complete car. And the tail panel was rusted out, but other than that, the rest of the car was fine. So, you know, it's come a long way since then. Now, people, as they get older, they have more money, generally speaking. There are people that go broke as they get older. And, you know, I kind of know what that feels like at the moment because I got a bunch of cars and it costing me money. Now, the best indicator of wealth is age. The older a population gets, you know, there's going to be people who don't have money in that age group, but age groups go up, wealth goes up. And the people that had them in high school or wanted them in high school and didn't get them now have the money to buy the cars, and they're going to pay what they want to pay for them to have the car that they wanted in high school. Bottom of the line. That's the biggest thing driving the price up. Now, I know some people think Barrett Jackson's driving the price up. People see that stuff on there. Probably a little bit, but most of the people that are selling these cars don't think that their car's worth that. The people that watch Barrett Jackson and think that a regular Chevy Nova that's just a 307 or an inline 6, they think that car's worth 80 grand. You know, they don't know the difference between an L78 original 396 1970 car and a plain Jane 6-cylinder car. They don't know the difference, and they don't understand the importance of that car. Most people that watch Barrett Jackson that are in the hobby, they know what the cars are worth. So I don't buy that Barrett Jackson is that big of an effect on the prices of these cars. Now, one thing that has greatly impacted the cost of these cars is information and parts. So the information on how to restore cars and where to get the parts and the parts availability, reproduction parts, that is a big deal. Because in 1995, if you had a 73 Nova and you needed anything for it, sheet metal wise, you had to go find another 73 or 74 Nova and cut it up to put one together. If you needed floor pans, I think maybe some patches were available in the early 90s, but they were tough to find. You'd see them in a catalog, J.C. Whitney or something, but there was no internet. So you couldn't just get online and look see who had panels for sale. People couldn't advertise. You had to go to car shows and find a cut up car, or call a junkyard and have them cut one off for you, send it to you. A lot of good, decent cars were cut up to save cars that were rusty. And, the value of the cars, or the numbers of these cars out there, diminished greatly. So what has happened is basically the demand has went up, the cars have went down, and then the parts availability has come online. So you've got a ton of parts available. Every bit of the exterior of these cars have been reproduced pretty much, except for the roof skin on 68, 72. And then, like I said, you can find most of these parts reproduced. So a parts car is now a savable car, where it didn't used to be. Now it can be restored if you want to do it yourself. You can buy all the sheet metal to restore one for about $5,000 or $6,000, roughly speaking. So, if you've got enough talent to look at YouTube videos, figure out how to do it, use a welder, and if you've got patience and some basic, if you're mechanically inclined, you can restore your own car. The information is out there to find out how to do a lot of this work, whereas it didn't used to be. The parts are out there to do a lot of this work where they didn't used to be. The people that didn't used to have money to buy these cars, that always wanted them while they were in high school and when they were younger, they have money now. They didn't used to. So, there's more people that want them. There's less cars. There's more parts available, which makes your cars that used to be scrap restorable. And there's more information on how to do it. That's really the biggest thing driving the cost increase of these 68 74 Novas. Now, I'm glad to see it because I own like 7 of them. But at the same time, it sucks because a lot of people that would be in the hobby that like these cars, they feel like they're priced out. But the deals are still out there, and I'm going to prove that in another video. I'm going to do a very, very budget build, a complete car, bumper to bumper, and we're going to do a road trip in it. So I'm going to do the whole build, road trip and all, in a finite period of time and for a small budget. And so I got an idea of the budget. If you got any ideas on that, leave them in the comments below. Give me a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel, please. I've got tons of Nova stuff coming up. And anyway, that's my explanation on the prices of these cars and why they're going crazy. So we'll see what happens. See you guys in the next video.